Okay, so my topic for today is enforcement of fundamental duties. So, what are fundamental duties? Fundamental duties are defined as the moral obligations of all citizens to help promote a spirit of patriotism and to uphold the unity of India. So, these duties are a basic reminder of our national goals and basic norms of political order. So, Supreme Court has said that the fundamental duties can be used to interpret any statute which is uncertain. So, these duties also provide an educational and psychological value to the citizens, and they uphold the spirit of democracy and patriotism. So, the fundamental duties were set out in Part 4A of the Constitution, and they were added in the 42nd Amendment in 1976 upon the recommendations of the Swaran Singh Committee that was constituted by the government earlier that year. So originally there were 10 duties, but by the 86th Amendment in 2002, one more duty was added. So the fundamental duties noted in the Constitution are as follows. It shall be the duty of every citizen of India to abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem, to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so, to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional or sectional diversities, to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of women, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, wildlife, and to have compassion for living creatures, to develop the scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to observe violence, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement, and who is a parent or guardian to provide opportunities of education for education to his child, or as the case may be, ward between the age of 6 to 14 years. So regarding the enforcement of fundamental rights, it is believed that fundamental duties, it is believed that the fundamental duties have an inherent element of compulsion regarding compliance. So citizens are morally obligated by the Constitution to perform these duties. So fundamental duties are not legally enforceable, because that is without any legal sanction in case of their violation or non-compliance, and also there's no direct provision in the Constitution for enforcement of fundamental duties. In the case of Ramlila Maidan incident, the court had held that the word fundamental is used in two separate senses in our Indian Constitution. When this word is used for rights, then it means that these rights are very essential, and any law which will violate the fundamental rights will be declared as void. But when this duty is used, when this word is used for duties, then it is used in a normative sense, as it sets certain goals before the state, which the state should try to achieve. So there are various legislations which give teeth to the fundamental duties and indirectly impose obligations, provide for specifications, penalties, and punishments, and act as strict, stringent regulations. So some of the few legislations are Protection of Civil Rights Act 1955. This is an act to prescribe punishment for the preaching and practice of untouchability, for the enforcement of any disability arising therefrom and for matters connected therewith. Representation of the People Act 1951. This is an act of the Parliament to provide for conduct of election. So under this act, if the members of the Parliament or state legislature indulge in any corrupt practices like asking votes in the name of religion, then they will be held liable. The Prevention of Insults to National Honor Act 1971. This is to ensure that no disrespect is shown to the national flag, Constitution of India, and the national anthem. The Emblems and Names Prevention of Improper Use Act 1950. This is to prevent improper use of the national flag and the national anthem. So the Flag Code of India, this is to prevent the insult to the national anthem and flag. And a few more legislations are Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967, Environmental Protection Act 1986, Forest Conservation Act 1980, Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act 1958, and the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. So some of the cases where the above were enforced are the first one is a case of Bijo Emmanuel versus the state of Kerala, which is popularly known as the national anthem case. So in this case, three students, on refusing to sing the national anthem in the school, they were expelled from the school. So there was a circular that was issued by the Director of Instructions Kerala, which made it compulsory for all the school students to sing the national anthem. And these three children did not join in on the singing of the national anthem, but they stood up out of respect. They didn't sing the national anthem because it was against their religious faith, and they were expelled on the grounds that they violated their fundamental duties and committed an offense under Prevention of Insult to National Honors Act 1971. However, the court reversed this decision because they did not commit any offense, and also they committed no crime under the Prevention of Insults to National Honors Act 1971, as even though they didn't sing the national anthem, they stood up out of respect. The next one is the MC Mehta versus Union of India case. This is the first case in regards to first river pollution case to emerge in environmental public interest litigation. And in this case, the Supreme Court held that it is compulsory for all educational institutes to organize a teaching lesson of at least 1 hour a week on the protection and improvement of the natural environment. And it is the duty of the central government under Article 51(a)(g) to introduce this in all the educational institutes. So the central government should also distribute books free of cost on the same subject in all institutes, and also raise consciousness amongst people towards clean environment. The government should organize Keep the City Clean week at least once a year. So though the fundamental duties are not enforceable, through various legislations, they are being made applicable to the citizens. So the fundamental duties, though non-justiciable, are in some way or the other striving to achieve responsible citizenry and norms of a civic society. Thank you.